In this video, we are going to talk about biggest bank robberies. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. We've all heard stories about people who have been robbed. Most of us have heard similar incidents, whether it was when they were strolling down the street or when their home was broken into. And if you haven't, you've probably seen the Spanish crime drama, Casa De Papel, which made the majority of us want the evil people to escape. Although bank robberies may not be something we hear about frequently, they do happen, as the interesting series has shown us. Even if the popular Spanish television series is fictional, certain real-life bank robberies have shocked many people. Here's a list of the 10 biggest bank robberies. Let's start. Number 10. The Dunbar Armored Robbery. Stolen $18.9 million. 6 men committed the largest cash robbery in American history in 1997, which is still being investigated. The group's leader turned out to be Alan Pace, who was the worst safety inspector the Dunbar armored trucking firm had ever hired. Pace planned his escape from the Los Angeles Dunbar facility's surveillance cameras, then enlisted the aid of 5 old acquaintances to plunder the vault. They broke in, attacked 2 security officers during their lunch periods, and loaded a U-Haul with $18.9 million. Because one of the thieves was careless and left the original cash straps on part of the stolen money, they almost got away with it. Number 9. The United California Bank heist $30 million. The biggest robbery in American history was carried out in March 1972 by professional thieves Emil and James Dinzio, together with their nephews, brother-in-law, and 2 additional accomplices who were skilled at disabling the alarms. They stole $30 million in cash and valuables by blowing a hole in the safe deposit vault roof at United California Bank with explosives. They definitely could have fled with the money, but they became greedy and tried to pull off a similar theft in Ohio. By connecting these 2 heists, the investigators discovered that the group used their true names to travel to California. Later, authorities discovered the California townhouse the criminals had hired to set up their crime. The fingerprints of the intruders were found by investigators in the dishwasher. All of the gang members were eventually detained, and the majority of the loot was recovered. Number 8. The Brinks Mat Burglary. Stolen $41 million. 6 men stormed into the Brinks Mat warehouse on the Heathrow International Trading Estate on November 26, 1983. A security guy opened the door to the warehouse for the gang. Once inside, they made threats to douse the staff members in gasoline and set them on fire in an effort to get them to reveal the safe combination. The gang's first plan was to take money from the vault, but they ended up making off with 3 tons of gold bullion as well as diamonds and a haul valued over £26 million. A few crew members were captured, but the most managed to escape. Before being sold, the gold was melted and combined with copper to conceal its original source. Gold taken during the heist has never been found. Number 7. The Northern Bank Robbery $41 million. Stolen $41 million. The bank managers were coerced by thieves to allow them access to the vault after hours. In Belfast, Northern Ireland, criminals broke into the residences of 2 bank managers the week before Christmas 2004 while disguising themselves as police officers. The managers were told to report to work as usual the following day while their families were being kept hostage. The greatest bank robbery in Irish history occurred when the managers allowed the robbers access to the building after business hours. There, they stole around £26.5 million British pounds and additional international currencies. Only 1 person has been detained for money laundering thus far, and the case is still unsolved. Number 6. The British Bank of the Middle East Robbery $50 million. Colin Brown's robbery resulted with the die pack blowing up and his leaving the money stack behind. When Lebanon was embroiled in civil conflict in 1976, a bunch of robbers decided to take advantage of the chaos. The crew used explosives to break through the wall of a Catholic chapel and access the nearby British Bank of the Middle East in one of the most heinous robberies in history. To open the vault, they brought experienced locksmiths with them. The bandits got off with cash, stocks, gold bars, jewelry, and other items worth $44.5 million. Nobody was detained, and no loot was ever found. The items that were stolen in 1976 are now worth more than 3 times as much. Number 5. The Banco Central burglary, $71.6 million. Stolen. $71.6 million. The thieves constructed a tunnel to the vault while pretending to be landscapers. The 2005 burglary at Banco Central in Fortaleza, Brazil, was once listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the biggest bank heist ever. A 25-member gang created a fictitious landscaping company in order to pull it off. They dug a 256-foot tunnel under the bank's vault floor over the course of 3 months. Once inside, they grabbed numerous containers containing 160 million Brazilian reals, which were worth $71.6 million in 2005. Only 8 persons were detained, and only 20 million genuine were found. Number 4. The Securitas Depot robbery. Stolen. $83 million. At a Kent warehouse belonging to a security services company, the greatest cash theft in British history occurred in 2006. An insider recorded footage of the Securitas Depot's interior in advance. The branch manager's family was then taken captive by individuals wearing elaborate masks. He was taken to the warehouse by the robbers, where they forced him to grant them access to the cash cages. About $83 million was stolen by the crew. Some of the robbers were apprehended despite their cunning disguises, and the makeup artist who created the masks ended up becoming a crucial witness in the case. Number 3. The Knightsbridge security deposit robbery. Stolen. $97 million. In London in 1987, Valerio Vicky, who was already sought for more than 50 armed robberies in Italy, came dangerously close to committing the ideal crime. He entered a bank with a helper and inquired about renting a safe deposit box. The men attacked the bank manager and the guards with guns when they were escorted to the vault. They let some buddies into the bank after posting a "closed" sign on the door, broke into as many safe deposit boxes as they could, and fled with millions of dollars worth of cash and goods. When Vicky eventually returned to England to transfer his Ferrari to his new house after fleeing to South America, he was detained. Number 2. The Dar es Salaam bank heist. Stolen. $282 million. Few specifics concerning the 2007 theft of the Dar es Salaam Bank, a private financial institution in Baghdad, Iraq, are still known. Why the bank had so much American currency available for theft is unknown. The heist is said to have been planned by numerous bank guards. The authorities believed the robbers also had connections with the local militias and police, which allowed them to sneak past the numerous checkpoints dotted throughout Baghdad. Regarding the money's whereabouts or the perpetrators, no additional information has been made public. Number 1. The Central Bank of Iraq robbery, $920 million. Stolen. Over $920 million. The notorious title of greatest bank heist in history belongs to Baghdad. Saddam Hussein, the dictator of Iraq, was the mastermind. In 2003, he delivered 3 big trucks to the central bank the day before the Iraq War started. In order to keep approximately $1 billion out from enemy hands, he also sent his son Qusay with a handwritten note asking to remove the money. The cash was put into vehicles before being driven away. In the subsequent raids, the majority of the money was found, and then the mystery deepens. American soldiers who were tasked with counting the illegal plunder stole hundreds of thousands of dollars for themselves and their families. 35 servicemen were apprehended. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.